Stop explaining yourself every time you feel the need to justify your choices, your actions, or your beliefs. You are giving away your power. You are allowing your energy to leak, leaving you tired, drained, and scattered. True strength is not found in explanations. It is found in clarity, confidence, and presence. When you constantly try to make others understand you, you place their approval above your own peace. And in that moment, your energy disperses into the world instead of anchoring within you. Understand this, your energy is sacred. Every thought, every word, every interaction is a reflection of it. When you over-explain, you send a signal that you are unsure, that your worth needs validation. But the truth is, your presence alone carries the message. When you embody your truth fully, without words, the world responds naturally. You do not have to convince anyone. The people and opportunities aligned with your life will recognize your energy without explanation. Stop giving your power away to reactions, judgments, or misunderstandings. Your energy should flow to creation, to growth, to joy, not to defending yourself. Imagine your energy as water. When it leaks through unnecessary explanations, it weakens your foundation. But when you keep it concentrated within, it nourishes your mind, body, and spirit. You become magnetic, unshakable, and fully alive. Let go of the fear of being misunderstood. Let go of the urge to rationalize who you are. Every second spent explaining is a second taken away from creating, from dreaming, from living fully. Trust that your actions, your presence, and your love are enough. Speak when it matters, act when it matters, but never feel compelled to justify your worth. Your energy is powerful, but only if it remains yours. Protect it fiercely, focus it intentionally, invest it wisely. People will sense it, respect it, and respond to it, not because of your words, but because of your unwavering alignment with your own truth. The moment you stop explaining yourself, life begins to honor your energy. Doors open, relationships transform, opportunities flow, and a deep sense of peace fills your being. You stop chasing validation, and the universe starts showing up for you. You become the calm in the chaos, the confident presence in a world hungry for authenticity. Remember, energy speaks louder than words. It communicates what your mind cannot, what your words cannot, and what your heart deeply knows. Guard it, respect it, let it shine. You do not owe anyone an explanation for the life you are creating, the choices you are making, or the person you are becoming. Stand in your energy fully and unapologetically. The world will notice. Life will align, and you will discover a freedom that no explanation could ever provide. Every person carries an energy that is uniquely their own. It is invisible, yet powerful, shaping the way life responds to them. Energy is not something to be taken lightly. It moves through your thoughts, your words, your actions, and even through the spaces you occupy. Every interaction, every decision, every fleeting moment is influenced by the quality of the energy you bring into it. When your energy is strong, focused, and aligned with your true self, life responds effortlessly. Opportunities appear, people connect with you authentically, and challenges seem to unfold with ease. But when your energy is scattered, diluted, or constantly given away in defense or explanation, the world mirrors that imbalance. You feel drained, frustrated, and stuck, wondering why life seems heavier than it should. The first step in reclaiming your power is understanding that your energy is sacred. It is not something to be spent on trying to justify yourself, to make others understand your choices, or to defend the way you live your life. Every moment you spend explaining, defending, or convincing someone else of your worth is a moment your energy leaks away. It slips through the cracks of your attention and focus, leaving you depleted and less capable of creating the life you desire. Energy is your most valuable resource, and it must be treated with intention. How you direct it determines the experiences you attract. When you hold your energy close, when you protect it and allow it to flow intentionally, You become magnetic. Life begins to respond to the clarity and strength you radiate, rather than to the words you desperately hope will convince others. Many people underestimate the subtle ways in which energy affects life. A simple shift in the way you carry yourself can change the trajectory of your day. The confidence in your step, the calm in your voice, the certainty in your gaze, all of these are expressions of energy that communicate more than words ever could. You do not have to argue, justify, or plead for recognition. The energy you carry communicates it all naturally. People notice it, whether consciously or subconsciously, and they respond accordingly. When your energy is whole and unbroken, it acts like a signal, guiding opportunities, experiences, and relationships toward you without effort. It is important to recognize the difference between energy that is focused and energy that is scattered. Focused energy is deliberate. It is directed toward creation, growth, joy, and meaningful experiences. Scattered energy, on the other hand, is reactive. It leaks in moments of fear, doubt, or the need for approval. It is given away in explanations, in defending choices, and in seeking validation from those who cannot offer it. Every time you attempt to convince someone of your intentions or worth, a little of your power slips away. Over time, this constant outflow weakens your ability to maintain clarity and confidence. The mind begins to doubt, the body feels tired, and the spirit senses the imbalance. Your energy is like a flame. When it burns steadily, it lights your path and warms those around you. But if you allow it to flicker and waver in response to external pressures, it diminishes. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is essential. It is the foundation upon which all growth, creativity, and fulfillment is built. By maintaining awareness of where your energy goes, you begin to understand the real source of your influence and power. It is not in words or explanations, but in presence. Presence, fully owned and intentionally expressed, communicates far more than any argument ever could. When you begin to prioritize your energy, life itself begins to shift. You feel lighter, more aligned, and more capable of facing challenges without fear. You attract experiences that resonate with your inner strength and repel those that do not serve your growth. Energy moves in cycles of attention and intention. The more carefully you guard it, the more it multiplies, flowing into creation, inspiration, and connection. Life begins to feel effortless, not because everything is perfect, but because you are operating from a place of true power. The power of your energy lies in its authenticity, focus, and protection. It is the invisible force that shapes your reality, influences those around you, and determines how you experience the world. Once you understand its value and begin to treat it as sacred, life becomes an expression of your inner clarity and strength. You no longer need to explain yourself, justify your choices, or convince the world of your worth. Your energy speaks volumes on your behalf, attracting everything that is meant for you with ease and grace. Every time you feel the need to explain yourself, a quiet but significant part of your energy slips away. It may seem small at first, a sentence here, a clarification there, but each moment spent justifying your choices, defending your actions, or rationalizing your thoughts chips away your internal power. Explaining yourself is often driven by fear, by the need for validation, or by the hope that others will understand what only you can truly know. When you constantly seek approval, you place your energy outside of yourself, handing it to people who may not have the capacity to recognize your value. This is how your energy leaks. The need to explain arises from a belief that your worth depends on the opinions of others. If someone questions you, misunderstands you, or disagrees with your choices, it can feel urgent to clarify, to prove that you are right, or to show that your actions are justified. In those moments, you are no longer fully present within yourself. Your attention is scattered, your focus is divided, and your energy begins to drift into the external world. Instead of conserving your power, you are pouring it into an empty vessel, into the thoughts, judgments, and expectations of others who may never fully understand. This is why energy spent explaining yourself is energy wasted. Explaining yourself also creates a feedback loop of stress and doubt. When you try to rationalize your decisions, you inadvertently signal to your mind that your choices are questionable. The act of defending your actions can feed insecurity, making you feel that your decisions are somehow fragile or incomplete. Your energy, which could be used for creation, for growth, or for pursuing meaningful experiences, becomes tied up in defending what is already true about you. Every time you explain, you risk reinforcing the belief that you are dependent on external validation, which only deepens the cycle of energy leakage. There is also a subtle danger in trying to make others understand your perspective. It fragments your attention. When you over-explain, your mind is split between what you want to communicate and how it will be received. Your focus shifts away from your own alignment, your own clarity, and your own presence, the energy that could fuel your creativity, your intuition, and why our inner guidance is redirected outward, chasing approval and understanding. Over time, this scattered energy can lead to exhaustion, frustration, and a sense of imbalance, leaving you wondering why life feels heavier than it should. Explaining yourself is often a response to fear, the fear of being judged, misunderstood, or rejected. But fear is a heavy drain on energy. Every moment spent trying to convince someone of your choices or your worth is a moment spent reinforcing that fear. The act of explanation becomes a trap because it keeps your attention and energy focused on uncertainty rather than on your own growth and inner strength. The more you explain, the more power you hand away. The more power you hand away, the weaker your connection becomes to your true self. Your energy is at its strongest when it is held, focused, and protected. When you resist the urge to explain, you conserve power that can be directed toward what truly matters, creating, achieving, healing, and growing. Silence and presence carry far more influence than words ever could. When you choose not to explain yourself, you communicate confidence, clarity, and self-assurance without saying a single word. People sense it. Life responds to it. Energy that remains centered within you acts like a magnet, drawing experiences, people, and opportunities into alignment with your true path. Choosing not to explain yourself is not arrogance. It is a declaration of self-respect. It is an acknowledgement that your energy is valuable and must be guarded. Every time you resist the urge to justify your choices, you strengthen your connection to your inner guidance. You begin to operate from a place of trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your decisions, and trust in the natural unfolding of life. By protecting your energy in this way, you no longer need external approval to feel validated. Your presence alone becomes enough, and your life begins to shift effortlessly in response to that power. Understanding the energy drain of over-explaining allows you to break the habit. It requires awareness, practice, and self-compassion. Each time you feel the urge to defend yourself, pause and ask, is this energy mine to give away, or does it belong here within me? The more you choose to keep your energy intact, the stronger and more aligned you become. Life begins to respond naturally, doors open without effort, and experiences that resonate with your true self flow toward you effortlessly. Explaining yourself leaks energy because it fragments your focus, reinforces fear, and places your power in the hands of others. True strength, influence, and fulfillment come from holding your energy, protecting it, and allowing it to speak through presence, confidence, and alignment. The more you resist the urge to justify, the more fully you embody your power, and the more effortless and vibrant your life becomes. Your energy is the most precious resource you possess. It is not something to be given away casually, nor is it something to be scattered across unnecessary explanations, worries, or attempts to please others. Every thought, every word, every action carries energy, and the quality of that energy determines the quality of your life. When you understand that your energy is sacred, you begin to realize that how you choose to spend it is as important as how you spend your time. Energy is the currency of creation, influence, and alignment. And once it is spent carelessly, it is difficult to regain. Protecting it is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of wisdom, self-respect, and empowerment. The first step in honoring your energy is recognizing that it belongs to you. No one else has the right to dictate how it flows or how it is used. Each time you allow yourself to be drawn into unnecessary conflicts, to explain your decisions, or to defend your worth, you are allowing your energy to leave your possession. In those moments, the power that could have been used to nurture your dreams, pursue your goals, or strengthen your inner peace is being redirected outward, often into spaces that do not honor it. Every moment of unnecessary justification is a small but cumulative leak of power. Energy is also highly influential. It shapes your thoughts, your emotions, and even the reality you experience. When your energy is focused, positive, and aligned with your intentions, life responds in kind. Opportunities emerge, relationships strengthen, and challenges feel easier to navigate. But when your energy is scattered, reactive, or given away in moments of fear, doubt, or need for approval, the world mirrors that imbalance. Life becomes more difficult, people misunderstand you, and circumstances feel heavier than they need to be. Protecting your energy is therefore not just an act of personal care, it is a practical strategy for creating a life that flows smoothly and supports your growth. Understanding that your energy is sacred also involves a deep awareness of your boundaries. Every interaction, every commitment, and every demand on your attention requires a choice. Will you give your energy freely, or will you preserve it for what truly matters? When you allow others to drain your energy through negativity, criticism, or unrealistic expectations, you are making a decision that diminishes your own capacity to thrive. By choosing instead to hold your energy, to focus it intentionally on what uplifts you, and to release it only where it will create value, you honor both yourself and the world around you. There is also a spiritual and emotional aspect to this. Energy is not just physical or mental. It flows through the very essence of who you are. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your intentions are expressions of this energy. When you respect it, you create harmony within yourself. When you fail to honor it, internal tension builds, stress accumulates, and your sense of well-being is compromised. The practice of treating your energy as sacred is a practice of self-love, self-respect, and self-mastery. It requires vigilance, mindfulness, and sometimes the courage to walk away from situations, relationships, or habits that deplete you. Sacred energy also means using it purposefully. When you recognize the power contained within your focus, your attention, and your presence, you can direct it toward creation, growth, healing, and connection. Every act of intention becomes more powerful when your energy is concentrated rather than dispersed. Every choice you make carries more impact, and every step you take toward your goals is more aligned with your highest potential. Life begins to feel effortless, not because obstacles disappear, but because your energy flows in harmony with your purpose, rather than being scattered in defense, distraction, or anxiety. The way you protect your energy communicates to the world the value you place on yourself. You do not need to explain it, justify it, or seek permission. Simply by valuing your own energy, you set a standard for how others interact with you. People begin to respond differently. Life begins to arrange itself around the energy you project. Sacred energy is magnetic energy. It draws toward you what is aligned and repels what is not. When you embrace the sacredness of your energy, you begin to live with a deeper sense of clarity, focus, and inner strength. You no longer feel compelled to please, convince, or defend. You move through the world with a sense of purpose, knowing that the energy you give is deliberate, measured, and powerful. This understanding transforms every aspect of your life. your relationships, your work, your creativity, and your emotional well-being. By treating your energy as sacred, you reclaim the power that has always been yours and begin to experience life as a reflection of your own inner alignment and integrity. Ultimately, honoring your energy is a practice of self-mastery and conscious living. It allows you to protect what is most vital, to act from strength rather than reaction, and to create a life that reflects your truest self. Every moment you choose to preserve, protect, and direct your energy is a moment of empowerment. Every choice you make to hold it close is a choice to live fully, intentionally, and joyfully. Sacred energy is the foundation of a life lived in harmony, balance, and true personal power. Fear of being misunderstood is one of the most common ways we leak our energy. From an early age, many us are conditioned to seek approval, to avoid judgment, and to make sure others get us. This fear often drives people to over-explain, to justify their choices, and to anticipate criticism before it even happens. The energy spent trying to prevent misunderstanding is enormous, yet it rarely achieves the results we hope for. In truth, no amount of explanation can guarantee that someone will fully comprehend your perspective. Every person perceives the world through their own lens, colored by their experiences, beliefs, and fears. Attempting to control their perception is a futile use of energy, and it keeps you from directing your power toward what truly matters. Fear of misunderstanding comes from a deeper place, the belief that your worth depends on how others see you. When you operate from this belief, your attention shifts outward. You spend more time managing impressions than living authentically. You focus on convincing, clarifying, and appeasing instead of on creating, growing, and thriving. This energy drain leaves you tired, anxious, and less capable of aligning with your own path. The more you chase the approval of others, the more disconnected you become from yourself, and the more your life feels dictated by the opinions of people who may not even share your vision or values. Letting go of this fear begins with the recognition that no one else can define your reality. Understanding, agreement, or approval from others is never a requirement for your self-worth. Your choices, your actions, and your thoughts belong first to you. When you release the need to control how others interpret your intentions, you reclaim the energy that was being spent on worry and anxiety and self-justification. You stop giving away pieces of yourself that are sacred and begin to operate from a place of inner alignment. Life responds to energy, not explanations, and the confidence that comes from letting go of fear strengthens your presence in ways that words never could. Another layer of this process is trust. Trust in yourself and in the natural unfolding of life. When you stop fearing misunderstanding, you create space for authenticity. You allow your true self to emerge without compromise. This doesn't mean you ignore others or dismiss their perspectives. It means that you no longer allow the fear of judgment to dictate your choices or dilute your energy. You begin to act from clarity, knowing that the energy you project carries far more meaning than the explanations you could offer. People sense sincerity and confidence, and it resonates more deeply than any rational argument ever could. Releasing the fear of being misunderstood also transforms relationships. When you no longer operate from a place of defense, interactions become more genuine. Communication shifts from trying to convince to sharing from authenticity. Boundaries become clearer, not because you are rigid, but because you respect your own energy enough to protect it. When you let go of fear, you create relationships that are based on mutual understanding and respect rather than on compliance or appeasement. Energy flows freely in such environments, enriching both your life and the lives of those around you. The mind often protests this shift. It may whisper doubts. They will think badly of you, or you need to explain so they don't misunderstand. These thoughts are distractio. NS, attempts to pull you back into the old pattern of energy leakage. The more you practice letting go, the easier it becomes to recognize these mental intrusions for what they are. Invitations to release, not mandates to act. Each time you resist the urge to defend yourself, you strengthen your connection to your inner power and create a habit of preserving energy for what truly matters. Letting go of the fear of misunderstanding also opens doors to courage. Courage to make bold decisions, to take risks, and to pursue dreams without constantly seeking validation. Energy once spent worrying about perception is now available for creation, inspiration, and growth. Your presence becomes magnetic, drawing people, opportunities, and experiences that resonate with your authentic self. Life begins to align more effortlessly because your energy is no longer leaking into attempts to control opinions. It is fully invested in your purpose. Ultimately, letting go of the fear of being misunderstood is an act of liberation. It is a conscious choice to honor your energy, to trust yourself, and to live authentically. When you release the need for external validation, you reclaim power that was always yours. Your life becomes a reflection of your alignment rather than a projection of someone else's perception. Every decision made from this place is infused with clarity, confidence, and focus, and every interaction is guided by presence rather than fear. You no longer expend energy trying to explain, defend, or rationalize. Instead, your energy flows where it belongs, toward creation, growth, joy, and the fulfillment of your highest potential. Energy is the invisible currency of life, and how you choose to direct it determines everything you experience. Every thought, every word, and every action carries energy, and this energy is constantly shaping your reality. When your energy is scattered, diluted, or given away to things that do not serve you, your life feels heavy, disorganized, and unfulfilled. But when you focus and protect your energy, life begins to flow with clarity, ease, and purpose. Protecting your energy is not about avoiding the world or isolating yourself. It is about choosing intentionally where your attention, your effort, and your presence go. The more conscious you become of your energy, the more aligned and powerful you feel, and the more the world begins to respond in kind. Focus is the first step in protecting your energy. Every time you allow distractions, negativity, or unnecessary obligations to consume your attention, you dilute your power. Your energy is finite, and if it is constantly pulled in multiple directions, it cannot concentrate on what truly matters. Focus requires discernment. It asks you to prioritize what aligns with your purpose, your growth, and your happiness. It is the act of saying no to what does not serve you so that you can say yes with full presence to what does. Focus allows your energy to move like a river, strong, purposeful, and unstoppable, rather than like scattered droplets, evaporating in the wind. Protecting your energy also means setting boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible walls that prevent unnecessary energy leaks. They are not walls of separation or isolation, but walls of clarity and respect. When you set boundaries, you communicate to the world what is acceptable and what is not. You protect your energy from being drained by situations, people, or environments that do not support your growth. This can feel uncomfortable at first because many of us are conditioned to please, to over-explain, or to accommodate the expectations of others. Yet the more you honor your boundaries, the stronger your energy becomes and the more life responds to the strength of your presence rather than the weakness of your concessions. Your energy is also protected by the way you manage your internal world. Thoughts, emotions, and beliefs carry energy just as much as words and actions. Negative thinking, self-doubt, and excessive worry drain your energy from the inside out. The more time you spend rehashing mistakes, fearing judgment, or overanalyzing situations, the more scattered and depleted your energy becomes. To protect it, cultivate awareness of your inner dialogue. Choose thoughts that empower, emotions that uplift, and beliefs that support your vision. Every act of internal discipline reinforces your energy field, making you more resilient, magnetic, and aligned with your purpose. Protecting your energy also requires careful attention to the people and environments you allow into your life. Energy is contagious, and those who are critical, draining, or toxic can pull power from you without even realizing it. Conversely, those who are uplifting, supportive, and aligned with your values can amplify your energy. Choosing who and what you spend your time with is a form of self-respect. When you invest in relationships and environments that energize and inspire you, You multiply your capacity to create, to love, and to thrive. Focus and protection of energy are not static practices, they are ongoing. Every day, every interaction, and every decision presents an opportunity to either give your energy away or to hold it intentionally. The more conscious you become, the more effortless it is to recognize where energy is being lost and to redirect it toward what matters most. Energy that is focused and protected moves in harmony with your intentions, attracting opportunities, experiences, and people that resonate with your highest potential. Life begins to feel lighter, more coherent, and more aligned with your inner vision. It is also important to remember that protecting your energy does not mean avoiding challenges or responsibilities. True protection involves engaging fully where your energy matters and releasing it where it does not. It is about discerning between what is constructive and what is distracting, what is growth-oriented and what is draining. This discernment allows your energy to work for you rather than against you. Every choice you make to focus and protect your energy increases your capacity for clarity, creativity, and fulfillment. Ultimately, when you focus and protect your energy, you operate from a place of power rather than reaction. You no longer give your attention to what diminishes you, but to what elevates you. You stop over-explaining, over-justifying, or overextending because your energy is no longer available for depletion. It is reserved for creation, alignment, and growth. People and circumstances respond to this energy because presence and clarity speak louder than words ever could. Protecting your energy is an act of self-love, self-respect, and conscious living, and it becomes the foundation upon a life of purpose, abundance, and fulfillment is built. Energy communicates in ways that words never can. It is felt rather than heard, and it influences the world around you far more profoundly than explanations or arguments ever could. Every thought you hold, every emotion you carry, and every action you take sends out a vibration that is sensed by those around you, often without conscious awareness. People respond to energy before they respond to words. When your energy is aligned, calm, and focused, it creates an aura of confidence, presence, and clarity that draws opportunities, relationships, and experiences toward you naturally. Words alone cannot replicate this power because energy is alive. It flows, it resonates, and it impacts at a level deeper than intellect or logic too. Often, people rely solely on words to communicate their intentions, beliefs, or feelings. They explain themselves, justify their choices, and attempt to make others understand what they cannot. But words are limited. They can be misinterpreted, forgotten, or dismissed. Energy, on the other hand, is undeniable. It exists beyond language, beyond interpretation, and beyond the opinions of others. The tone of your presence, the consistency of your actions, and the focus behind your thoughts speak volumes. When your energy is clear and strong, there is no need to over-explain because the vibration you emit communicates exactly what words cannot. Energy also reveals authenticity. People are drawn to those whose energy is genuine and aligned with their true self. When your energy is authentic, it resonates with a natural frequency that attracts alignment, cooperation, and trust. Conversely, when your energy is inconsistent, scattered, or driven by fear, it communicates doubt, insecurity, and lack of confidence, no matter how articulate or persuasive your words may be. Others sense this subtle undercurrent, often subconsciously, and it shapes their responses. This is why actions, intentions, and energy consistently matter more than explanations. They are felt, not just understood. The power of energy over words is also evident in influence. Leaders, creators, and visionaries are often recognized not for their verbosity, but for the energy they carry. Their presence inspires, motivates, and moves others into action without a single argument or debate. This is because energy communicates certainty, focus, and alignment in ways that resonate at a deep, instinctual level. When your energy is steady and intentional, it creates a ripple effect, impacting situations and people far beyond what any verbal explanation could achieve. Energy is the language of life, and it communicates truth more convincingly than words ever could. Energy shapes perception even before interaction begins. People sense confidence or insecurity, calm or chaos, intention or distraction from the very moment they enter your presence. First impression is not based on words. It is based on the vibration you carry. When your energy is strong, others instinctively recognize your authority, your clarity, and your alignment. When your energy is scat, red or defensive, others unconsciously pick up on that too, often leading to miscommunication or misinterpretation, no matter how carefully you choose your words. This is why cultivating awareness of your energy is essential. It determines not only how you feel, but how the world responds to you. Energy communicates consistency in ways words cannot. You can say the same thing repeatedly, but if your energy does not match your words, your message loses impact. People intuitively detect incongruence. They sense when your words are not supported by the energy behind them. Conversely, when your energy and words are aligned, your communication is effortless and convincing. The world responds to alignment, not argument. When your inner vibration matches your intentions, the resonance of your energy becomes your strongest communicator, drawing opportunities and relationships that match your frequency. Your energy also transcends time and distance. Words can be forgotten, ignored, or misinterpreted, but energy lingers. The impression you leave, the vibration you emit, and the presence you hold continue to influence situations long after interactions have ended. A calm, confident, and focused energy can impact a room, a project, or a relationship in ways that explanations could never achieve. Energy is enduring, and it communicates at a level beyond intellect, appealing to intuition, emotion, and instinct simultaneously. Ultimately, energy speaks louder than words because it is authentic, immediate, and undeniable. It communicates presence, intention, and alignment in ways that cannot be fabricated. Words may inform, but energy transforms. The way you hold yourself, the focus of your attention, and the quality of your vibration determine the experiences, people, and opportunities that are drawn to you. When your energy is strong, aligned, and protected, you no longer need to convince or explain yourself. Life responds naturally to the force you emit. Energy moves mountains, shifts perspectives, and creates realities that words alone cannot. Your presence, your alignment, and the clarity of your energy will always communicate more than any explanation ever could.